Hello, welcome.
Hi guys.
Oh, there he goes. Hi, Rashad. How
Man,
are you doing
shut
today,
up,
sir?
Rob.
All right. I guess I'll start. First off, I'd like to say
Whoops,
thank you
my
for having
microphone
me.
was muted. I apologize.
Are you
Oh,
serious, man?
take two.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm sorry. Thanks, Chris. Good stuff.
Take two.
Yeah, so this is the GRAZED Podcast. We have Rashad, we have Rob here, and I'm myself,
Hello.
Bull. Thanks for coming by today, guys. So, first part subject we want to talk about is I think it's called life chat or life events or something.
Yeah, everyday stuff that's going on with
Yeah,
either
pretty
yourself or what's
much.
going on in the news. So I'll start. Myself, I've just been having a little bit of a iffy time because my little brother is locked up and the judicial system is really screwed up, and I just personally don't like it. But I'm hoping that, he gets out and he does okay and he fixes his life around. And other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Well, well, that was excellent there, Rob. Man,
But,
Reporting in, hey, Wild Theo.
anyways, anybody
um,
else want to go?
Oh,
Sure.
man.
oh man. Well, let's see here. Let's start off with a couple of things here. One, about life situations. We all know, of course, that when it comes to life situations, we all need to start looking into our futures a little bit more, especially because we are not young boys and girls anymore.
Nope.
I think it's kind of funny because right now, um, especially after 6 years, I finally have retired, and yeah, that's definitely got me thinking. And there's so many things now that I'm going to start doing to get myself in order. That's why I decided to go into the electrician's program, um, and then just the idea of wanting to slap shit out of Rob half the time. That's another life goal. Shut up, Rob.
No, I think it's cool that you're gonna be an electrician, man. I like that you're moving forward with something positive and
So if
different.
so you're saying if my power ever goes out, I can just call you?
Oh yeah, that's
As an
definitely gonna.
electrician, I guess.
I mean, if your power goes out, that's probably. I would definitely say pay the bill before I definitely would say.
No, no, no. I mean, if like circuits are breaking and whatnot, like my power goes out that way. Since you're an electrician, you can see how the circuit box is working.
Yes, that'd be definitely true. I would definitely be on that.
Nice.
But Jason, now it's kind of funny too, because especially in some life situations, I will definitely say. Um,
Wait, what?
I was going to tell you on some of these life situations that come up. Another one that's coming up now too is that the future. I
Is
can definitely
now?
tell you. Yeah, the future is definitely now. Because now there is like a lot of opportunities coming up. Actually, a lot of jobs are going to start opening up in a lot of states now. Just because things are going pretty well for the states. I think that's going to be one of our biggest ones. So
Well, what
people are
about
going
with
to
all the
get.
rebellion and stuff from everyone with the election?
Yeah, I mean that's gonna always be a thing though. But I mean, at some point you still gotta eat. So at some point you're gonna have to put down the picket stick and gotta
Hmm.
go to work.
That's just life, though, when you think about it. Like sometimes things just don't go right, whether it be politics or whatever. But sometimes you just gotta suck it up and move along. Like Rashad's saying, you gotta
Well, I
eat.
understand that, but there's a lot of unrest in individuals, especially in communities that were before not being accepted, but now they are being accepted.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like, let's say the LGBT community, they were starting to become more of a part of society with the release of allowing gay marriage and such. And so people
Yeah,
were now actually coming out and being proud of who they are, where now it's they're kind of
being
afraid of being
repressed
who they
again.
are. Yeah, that's exactly the oppression.
Oh man, that was
it's
gonna be.
it's like placing it like this in a metaphorical standpoint. A single drop in a bucket isn't worth much, but if you start filling that bucket with many drops of water, eventually it'll get full. So I think more or less like the communities, as you were saying, should try to band together as best as they can.
Well, yeah, I agree, but it still becomes an issue. Like, I don't know if that's going to help or hurt things during that. There's also the oppression of women, not just the, everything else.
The oppression of women. Oh boy.
That's a huge topic right there.
Oh God.
No,
That's
I'm talking about with the election. I'm only tying into the election here.
Yeah. That's what I was meaning. Like, more people have to band together and whatnot, but it may help, it may not help, but all people can do is try. Because now more than ever, it's pretty much a sandstorm, I guess you could say. At least in the U.S. I live in Canada, so it's a little different.
Yeah, you got a little bit of luxury cushion over there.
Sort of, yeah.
Oh man, I'll be honest with you. I mean, when it comes to the election and stuff, we all know Trump got in. But a lot of people don't realize that Trump got in does not mean, to me, it doesn't mean a lot. It really doesn't. To me, it means that Trump's going to come in. He's going to do just about what Obama did. He's going to say all this stuff is going to happen, and little to none's going to come out. And there's just going to be all this, and anything to rip on Trump is about to happen. So,
You mean all
Trump,
the memes?
huh?
You mean all the
All the
memes?
The memes, anything really. I mean, Trump picks a quarter up off the ground, then everyone's going to think he's broke. And
Yeah.
that's going to be definitely how it's going to be when anything he does. So that's why when it comes to this election, I really that's why I don't really see why people get all overhead. It's nothing's about to change. The only thing that may change is some taxes and stuff. I mean, look, even the whole health thing with the healthcare system didn't change, and that was we were supposed to be done with that, and now it's back to what it was.
That's more big of a problem.
Yeah, a bigger problem.
Well, let's move into more stuff on my recent side. Is I now have my character, my Demon Avenger, at level 200 and one. So I'm done with that part of the V tracker, which is fantastic, actually. I was actually impressed with
the storyline.
I was impressed with the Demon Avenger's ability to, actually level easily and not have to be fully geared.
Yeah, but I mean, Demon Avenger, with a strong base, with a strong just base strength, is a really strong class, and everything.
It's a warrior class.
Yeah, it's a warrior class, and it's just a lot more fun.
You want to know what's funny about this? I was so hard up against taking link skill characters and whatnot. This is going to be my first link skill character to 210, and I actually enjoyed the shit out of it. It was fun.
Really?
It was efficient. Oh yeah, Demon Avenger, I kind of threw some shade on him, and I'm sorry.
No, but I really enjoyed playing
honestly,
it too. And it felt like it was continuously growing and becoming stronger as it was being played. It wasn't just, all right.
Demon Avengers without flames. Somebody in the chat has something to say. What up, Kobe?
Yeah, it's Kobe.
Demon Avengers without flames.
No, you don't need flames, but I guess you can be flamed if you want. I mean,
yeah.
But that's only on TMS, and does KMS even have flames? I don't think they do.
I think it's just Taiwan that had an EMS.
EMS did have flames. I guess if you got a legacy item from the EU servers. I mean, Rashad, have you had any experience with the Demon Avenger?
I mean, I played one to 120. When I came back to MapleStory, years back, and Matt was telling me, or Misusing TV was telling me at the time, said, "Hey, you should try the Demon Avenger. It's a really strong class." At that time, I didn't even know what one was. I didn't even know what that class was. So I had went to the point of just saying, okay, well, I'm just going to do it this way. I'm just going to try it out. And it was absolutely fun. Now, the only thing is I wasn't a very big fan of the Demon Avenger. I think it's a fun class. It was no doubt about it. But I had to switch to something else. I think I was trying to get out of the swordsman type deal for a while.
Well, I liked that they didn't have a mana management system. But he had the ability to just heal himself off of not even using potions. I think I stacked 1,000 potions on him and I used 100. It's pretty much easy street.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Now, another couple of the classes I think that really have done really well. I think Blaze Wizards, as we all know, bot wizards, icons.
Bot wizards.
You're a bot, Harry. You're a bot.
Is there anyone that really plays a Blaze Wizard that feels like they're not getting gypped by the botters at all?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I
Like,
mean,
I heard someone
huh?
say they have to wear NX items just to make it look like they're not hacking.
Yeah, that happens. There's a
It's a
couple. There's a
requirement.
couple of 200 plus Blaze Wizards I knew way back in the day, and they told me, yeah, they got tossed a lot of shade on them because of the botters.
But
Wasn't there
you gotta
Demon
remember
Slayer
why
bots
they
too?
choose to bot with them though.
Yeah, yeah. But didn't Demon Slayers have that too before they got their rework? Pretty sure they did.
Well, I mean the demons were still being used for botting, but I don't think they're used as much as the. It was the Slayer that was used the most, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was
There
saying.
was a time
It was
where the
like,
Slayers were the more botters, but I think they're using the Blaze Wizards because they have more attacking power and more
and
map
the
killing,
orbital thing.
or maybe it's just easier for them to code the orbital strike to hit every mob.
Hmm.
Because all the Demon Slayer could do was teleport and attack each monster. The Blaze Wizard just does like a full map attack,
Right.
or the Evans.
Yeah.
But Evan's so difficult to get up there.
I think it's a little bit easier now with the rework, at least. Like, you have a lot more skill combinations, but it's something that if you're brand new to Maple, you may not get at first.
hmm I think one of the things about Maple that that's kind of hard to get into is the factor of getting in, starting, and then trying to figure out where to go from there.
Yeah,
Because
like
I
there's
mean,
no simple way to understand it.
it really isn't. And unless you have somebody guiding you or like somebody sitting next to you telling you what you should and should not be doing, um, and if you don't watch streams, and that makes it even harder, because when I first started Maple 2, I mean, it was kind of one of those issues where it was like, okay, well, I finished the tutorial, you do the questing, but even when you do the questing, it's not really all that grand.
But I did like the questing when I first started, though. That was something I enjoyed as part of the game, where they give the ability to gain levels and then understand your character by going through questing. Now it's
I
more
mean,
so about leveling up.
and that's true. That's very true. I mean, I just think that I think they should do a little bit, especially. Well, then again, I guess if you went through the game and just did questing, let's say you did nothing but questing, I think you actually would do all right. Now I'm thinking about it, because we already know how to level up. We're not gonna do no quests. We're gonna go to
But
play
if you're
Mimic
new,
Homes and start our day from there, and then just hope we make it to 100 by the end of the day.
but if you're a new person playing the game, you experience it a little bit differently by questing. Like yesterday was MMO.com was doing like an MMO Friday on MapleStory, and they were going through all the quest lines and stuff. I mean, it was like they were spending a lot more time leveling, but they were also like reading the content and showing it to their viewers and stuff.
I'll be honest with you. I still think to this day, Maple Story is probably be the only actual game you can actually. It's the only game I can actually sit down and say I can play, that I can actually play, and then say bored with. I can actually just come back to.
Yeah, you can actually be bored of it and then come back to it another year later, and then you're right back into it.
And you start up just right from where you was before, and it's just all of a sudden you're just like, oh man, I have to do this.
Like, oh, I
Especially,
have all these things to do because Maple always has more and more things to do. Like all the V events, it's like Rob and I are like killing ourselves just trying to finish this stuff.
Go hard in the paint with events, but there's one who goes harder than me, and
no.
that's Ken.
Ken, oh my
Ken.
Ken, the
Ken is the
dedication.
most ruthless box farmer NA you will ever meet.
He has
He goes
over
hard.
10,000 boxes.
I feel like
Just
Jin.
that with how many coins he's got, and plus all the coins he spent.
I feel like Jin would have been one of those too, because Jin. That's one person I don't understand. Like, if you ever needed like information about a game, Jin will tell you how the weapon is, what's the stats on it, what stuff you need, where you need to go. It's like, good lord, it's like that's a lot of information,
Jen's
and
very knowledgeable.
I noticed it's an interesting quality to have, especially when you just, I mean, and it doesn't matter what it is or what day it is or what item it is. Jen's just like, yeah, well, why the hell would you do that?
You could
Just
have done
prime the damn
this.
thing, be done.
You're going slow. This is the fast way to do it.
Right.
Oh, you wasted all that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, community manager.
Ooh.
So somebody told me that the community manager was fired.
I don't know what the details are on that. I mean, I tried looking into it, but it's all just like skepticism.
There's very few things you can be stripped of a community manager position. One is definitely giving out more information than you should.
I heard that was one of the things that got him in hot water, where
The
he was
other one
too much.
is, I think the other one might have been like maybe he was streaming another game or something like that on Twitch, on the Maple Story Twitch page, but I don't think he did that.
Wait, was he streaming from the Maple Story?
I don't know. These
That
are
would
just,
be a big no-no, like-
speculations.
Oh yeah, our channel is Maple Story, but we stream other games. No,
You're supposed to stream Maple Story. I'm sorry.
just stream a different channel. It's pretty easy to make a new channel too for that kind of
Is this a
situation.
bot wizard? Oh my god, it's a bot wizard in Luna. Sorry.
Go
Doing
to
things at the same
Colossus.
time, I'm like, wow, that's a first.
Go to Colossus
But
and,
yeah.
and Luna. You'll get all the bot wizards you need.
I know, right? But back to the topic at hand, I don't know what he did and whatnot.
Yeah.
So there's very few things you can do to lose a community manager position. And I don't want to say I know what it is. I don't want to say, oh, it was this and this and this. I don't know. It's like when there was a few other community managers who got released.
Wasn't that Tarzi, or how do you say his name?
Atazi?
Yeah.
Or Artazi? I can't remember, but yeah, there was him. There was a couple of other people too, and they were all really nice people. I don't know what it is with Maple. I think they're just cursed forever
Well,
not
I
to
mean,
have a good community
I was
manager.
expecting Michael to actually stream the V content patch release, but
Yeah,
it was like
same
these
here.
two other GMs that didn't even know how to play the game.
Oh, Julie, really? Artazi went to Blizzard? Grats on him. Holy crap, that's
Yeah,
an
I think that's
upgrade.
why he left. He went to Blizzard.
I know Hime left, who was one of the community managers for a really, really long time. She left after a while too.
I
Yeah.
just can't believe the community manager just still. I mean, I don't know most of the people that work, but I think it's interesting because now this position's open, and it's a lot. I'm hearing about some contestants out there, and maybe I should put my 2 cents up in there. See how many people get cucked if I do that.
Well, I mean, I heard actually there was a couple people in my chat yesterday that were saying, yeah, we're going to apply for community manager position. And I was thinking, well, is it really worthwhile with the rotating door? I mean, we all see it with Maple.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a semi-good rotating door if they're going in working for 6 months and then going off to Blizzard and whatnot. I guess it's a good thing. I don't know though.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I would ever want to be part of that. One, I'm really bad at social media, like horrible, and two, I don't think I could do it. Knowing I would know too much, and then I'd be like, all right, here you go, Rob. Don't tell anyone. and then Rob would tell someone.
And then Jason tells me not to tell anybody. I'm like, oh man, gotta keep this in, but I want to say something.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Personally, myself, I don't know. I'd have to be a better person overall to be a community manager. I still got improving in my life to do and whatnot, just as a human being. Because some of the things I used to do and so on and so forth weren't exactly positive. So I think they more or less want a positive person.
I would be great for the position, man.
You'd be good as a coder, Rashad. That's what we need. We need you to go in there and fix things.
I'm not going there to fix shit. I am done.
Can you fix the pet loot lag? Rashad, can you just go in and like look at how the pets loot and be like, that's why it's lagging.
Fix it and just be gone.
Man.
Make 100K later. Oh man.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you now. I think I take that position as a retired man. I take it, and I take it for 2 reasons. One, because I would love to cuck people.
I knew that was coming out.
You're gonna get cucked.
Master cuckery.
So I can see it now, getting emails from people. So why is Maple Story being so stupid today? Because you are a cuck.
Oh, thanks for that sweet update, community manager.
Yep. We are updating the servers right now. If you ask me what's wrong with them, I'm going to tell you right now, you are a cuck. You got
Uh,
to get cut so bad. Oh man. So I was watching that. Okay, so before we started today, I was watching this Metalopolis, whatever part.
Metal Apocalypse.
Yeah, shut up. You know, it's not my fault. They put two damn words in the damn same sentence,
Ironically,
and then
here's
try to
how
make.
it's going. Rashad's gonna say it, but I want to say beforehand, this is how Nexon treats everybody. Go for it, Rashad.
Yeah, you get cucked from next one. They take they take stick it up your butthole, ask you how you like it, and the service will be up soon.
Don't worry, we're extending the maintenance another hour, but we don't
We
know
will-
when it's gonna be done.
24
Several
hours.
hours later. And
Yeah.
all I can see from Nexon, here's your gift from Nexon. It is the blackest, deepest, most metal gift of all. Nothing.
Oh,
But seriously, when you think about it, you're like, Nexon, you're supposed to give us this, and they just give you squat. Just squat.
Oh,
Yeah, like, oh, we're gonna compensate you with this small item. Don't worry. You only waited 12 hours for this, right?
oh,
Here's some V coins, even though things cost like 60 a piece. Yeah, 70 will help you. 70 will help you get one. And you nerf the boxes.
Yeah, the nerfing of the boxes, like, I feel it was a little overdone, but then they left a back door for people to still get them. Like,
Nexon.
is that going to be patched out next Thursday as well, or does it not matter? You know,
it just gives you no coins anymore. All you got are gingerbread men. Here, take these HP potions and like them.
well,
But I'm a luminous. I need MP.
I was
Doesn't
looking
matter.
at the future things that are coming up. There's another box that's coming out, and I was told you can get about like 100 coins a day. But some of these things in the shop are really expensive. Like, you can't even afford to buy at least half the stuff.
That's why I'm going for the SS ring.
But if you think about it, though, we put the time in to actually get where we needed to.
Yes.
Not because we farmed the extra boxes. I'm saying before that.
We spent like 6 hours a day.
We spent about
every
like
day for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks to farm like 200 coins. And then we farmed for 2 hours for
And
the
get
other ones.
2,000 coins. I'm kidding on the 2,000 part, but we got a lot.
yeah, we did.
Oh, also a tip for the people who want to know, you can hammer the Vengeance Ring, but it has to be a cash shop hammer. You can get them with reward points, or you can get them with maple points, or if you want to pay the NX, pay the NX.
Yeah, that was something I was told yesterday, which is really cool because I thought the ring only went to plus 20, and there's like the slip ring. It goes to 22 if you hammer it with the golden hammer 100%, like Rob was saying, which is awesome because now it's even better.
I like the HP. The HP is what I like the most.
Yeah, the HP is nice.
I really like the HP too. I'll be honest with you though. No. I think what I like the most about Maple Story is when they had the junk food event and you could get like a Big Mac as a medal. Oh my god. Oh, that hurts.
I got all the junk food damage skins. Like, that's the one thing I like to collect.
I did not like the junk food damage skins. I did like the ice cream one and all that.
The
Now,
jelly
if it
bean's
was
my
like
favorite.
if it had like McDonald's fries on them or something with numbers in the middle of them, I would have paid you 85 bill for that and would never look back.
Yeah, Matt, you can hammer the Vengeance Ring on regular servers. It can go to plus 22. Has to be 100% hammer. It's really quite sweet. But no, I like the jelly bean one a lot. I think it's a really cool damage skin. It's got the color. It's easy to read.
One of my favorite damage skins, and it was probably the first one they ever released in an event. Well, one of the 2 events was the one that you did the attempts for, the Gentle Spring Breeze damage skin. That's probably one of my favorite ones because I think it was one of the first ones I got. I was like, well, this is okay.
Wasn't it
and
that
then
one like
Nexon being Nexon.
What did that one really look like? What?
It's greenish and purplish with little sprouts. For crits.
I mean, one of the things I love to collect is damage skins because they you can just reapply them now. Before you had to, I actually had a full inventory of damage skins because I didn't want to use them because I was like, well, they're gonna disappear. I want to save them all. But
at least you got that one on your main too.
Oh yeah.
That corrupted mage one, a magician.
Oh, that thing is so
Or magician.
awesome. Thanks,
It
Rashad.
looks sharp. It looks really sharp.
Rashad hooked me up. He got it from the free damage skin box. My man.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because I was sitting in there and I was like, okay. First of all, I'm not a big when it comes to Maple Story, guys. Let me tell you something. I like damage. I like weapons. I like gear. I don't care about a lot of chairs you can take away. I don't care about the damage skins. There's only one I like, and that was from the Black Heaven, Black Haven.
Oh,
That's the
speaking
only
of
one I really
which,
care for.
I have that orchid damage skin Rashad on Grazed, by the way.
Well, the
It's the
only thing.
purple one.
Well, that's
Or
the one I have it on is on Grace. That's what I'm saying though. But that was the only one. But when I was gonna give it to Jason, Jason was gonna pay me for it, and I was like,
Yeah. Oh
dude.
yeah. I had the money. I was looking for it from the market for like weeks.
And the thing of it is though, um, I was sitting there and I did not like the idea of just taking it for money because of the fact that one, I didn't really need on engraved. If I was going to find money, I have my methods. Um, but a bigger part of it was like it was like, well, Jason's like helped me out a ton of times. I'm just gonna just give it up. So I mean,
Okay, I
I'm
gave
not.
you a mount for it. I had to give you something. I couldn't just take it for free.
Yeah, Jason gave me a mount for it, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I was grateful for the mount, but secretly behind my head, I was like, man, I'm about to toss this shit on the ground.
And another random Maple news: my Outlaw heart is primed, and Jason finally primed his heart.
Yeah, priming hearts. Actually, this was something we found out I think last night.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now. First of all, whoever kept bringing up that stupid rumor that I moved to Scania, I was taking a break from Bear for a few days.
Just taking a break. No, so it was Tony and Ken were telling us last night. You're looking for to prime all your gear for end game, which is very expensive. But if you're trying to hit the most damage you could really hit, which is an end game goal I'm looking for on my battle mage, is to prime everything. And I'm thinking, wow, this is a little overpowered. And I'm thinking, but then I was told by other people that you want to put weapon attack on and magic attack or make that your primary thing. And he's like, no, because your main stat's the one thing you're gonna work on, and
Yeah,
you're gonna have a lot more percent main stat than you're gonna get for percent attack anyway.
like let's take this under context as we were talking about last night and a couple nights before and whatnot. 2.3 to 3 of your main stat. I was talking with Dragon a while ago about this. 2.3 to 3 of your main stat equates to one weapon or magic attack. So most people will ICOG their items for more weapon attack and whatnot. But in fact, when you get more stats, the more stats you have equals the more weapon or magic attack you have. And then if you add anything else on top of that, you're going to be pretty much a powerhouse with any class.
So the real
Even
goal
Mercedes.
is to have your percent main stat is what you're looking for, is what I'm saying.
Yep,
And priming is the best way to do that.
it is. It's expensive, but it's worth it.
I'll tell you right now, the only I'm still learning a lot. I'm starting to understand a lot more about Maple than I used to, but still a lot to learn. And then I'm pretty sure like people like Jen out there is gonna be sitting there. They look at your stream and they're like, no, Rashad, don't be stupid. Don't do that. They're like, oh, okay, I got you, Jen. Just call me a cuck while you're at it. While I'm down and hurt.
Rashad feeling the pain.
I'm
Feeling the
telling you,
pain.
it's something else out there. Um, I got my high auto to 200. So,
Nice, congrats. Woo!
Congrats.
yay!
200 is a good that's the milestone. It really
I
is.
mean, 200 right now because of the factor that because I have two powerhouses now, one in Barra, both of them in Barra. I believe it's time to send the Cannoneer from Barra to Grace to help out Jason and Rob here because there's going to be a lot of content coming up, and with fifth job coming up, that's going to be kind of hectic. And
Oh
right now,
yeah.
trying to catch up the Buccaneer is just going to take me a lot more time than what I really think I'm going to have time for. So I need to kind of make decisions on that now. But before I can send this the cannoneer over. The Hayato has to be ready to take the cannoneer's place.
Well, yeah, you have to have the line of succession. There has to be some top tier and bearer for you before you move out.
Right. So,
I
and
mean,
I mean, um,
well, with that, I'm asking you, what's your guys' take on fifth job? Like, why? What do you think it's gonna do for Maple in the next coming
Um,
months?
It's gonna bring back popularity. That's what it's gonna do.
to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to bring back popularity. I think their advertising is going to bring that back. Maybe.
Well,
I have seen a lot more advertising. That's
beforehand,
true.
but
Yeah, there has been more
it's,
advertising.
well, it's not just that. You think about the player base that was originally here before they all decided to leave, and they were all like, "Oh, I'm done with Maple." Whatnot. A lot more people have been coming back because of fifth job.
There's
So
also
it's
been a
like
lot more
half
lag.
advertising.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of lag.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the lag at all, but it's Nexon. It's
I'll
been
be on.
around.
I'll be honest with you. With the fifth job, I'm excited for it just because a game that's been out for a while is finally starting to push on forward. Especially because I really didn't think it was going to be fifth job coming out. To be honest with you, I thought Maple Story was going to kind of hit that stopping point where it was just going to be like,
Hmm.
okay, we're done with this, and Maple Story 2 was going to start taking over
Oh,
from
so you think it
there.
was just gonna progress from Maple Story to Maple Story 2, and then it would continue from there?
That's
Right.
what I thought,
That's what
but
I thought for a while, and then when I went into misusing or Matt's stream a lot, and Matt told me that it wasn't doing so well, that actually like put a whole 180 on me because I was like, "What?" I thought this is where that was going to be their bread and butter. Then
no, they needed something like revolutionary in a sense
And I have
because
seen
they've
people
been
come back.
declining. Yeah, I've seen a lot of like ever since I moved to Grazed, I had my little disagreements, but ever since I think this year I've just improved completely. I think better about the Grazed community as a whole, and I feel good. Like I feel like I'm achieving things, and I've
You're
got
actually part of it.
friend
You're
like
not just an
Jason.
outsider looking in, or you're just
I
trying
don't
to
I
just.
don't feel like that elitist prick back then. I was like, oh yeah, you want to know what? I got money to blow on this game. I'm better than you. Blah blah blah. But internally, I never thought that. I just thought your worth in Maple was the gear that you had or your Marvel skills and whatnot. When in fact, I should have seen it entirely, and it was about the friendships that you make and how you progress through the game.
Yep.
yeah, I feel like it was the first person you can cuck over was how it made the game for me. Um,
The first person you ripped off. We all ripped someone off, didn't we? I mean, at one point in time in our
um,
Maple career.
No, I actually haven't because I couldn't rip my buddy off. He knew me in real life.
um,
Like I couldn't just rip him off. But I still have his account actually. I've just been waiting for him to come back. He probably like it, but he's got a life. He's busy doing his thing, and I'm doing mine.
I mean,
Trying to
I'm gonna
think of
be
when the
honest
first
with you.
time I actually did it. Like, I don't do it anything like that anymore, but I was young before.
I mean,
I
I'll
think it
be
was like
honest
on a
with you.
scroll or something. I just like overpriced it. And they're like, okay, and they bought it. Like, okay, thanks.
No, that's just playing the market, Jason. You
I
did it well.
I don't know. I felt like I ripped him off, but then I've been ripped off before too, so it goes both ways.
Aim.
I'm pretty sure I've gotten ripped off a few times myself. One of the things about Maple Story that I think Fifth Jobs also have done is because getting on this lag issue. Nexon in this lag issue is definitely became an issue now. Now, how much are they working on it? I'm not sure.
I mean, they're probably trying, but the source code is from KMS, so but they don't have pet lag and whatnot there
No,
though.
no,
So
I've watched
I
like
don't
Kobe
understand how you have
streams. Kobe streams KMS, and there's no pet loot lag, and there's more
that. I
player
envy
base.
you, Kobe. I
There,
envy you.
there's
I
more
wish
player
we had no
base.
lag.
Like they have more players than we do.
That's because KMS is solid. They got flames. They got everything over there.
Yeah, but that's
Bro, like
the original content.
smorgasbord.
The problem I think relies with the down coding. Like when they give us the information and we recode it, I think it's
Yeah.
something with that.
I think it's just Maple needs to. I think it's
Update.
Yeah.
Ken, wow, that's pretty savage. Selling 9th anniversary
What?
leaves during the selling 7th during 9th.
Yeah.
The leaves are from 7th, but they're buying it during 9th to try to buy 9th anniversary stuff, but you can't because they're 7th anniversary leaves.
I mean,
It's pretty savage.
I think it's just going to be one of those things. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Ken, if you gotta make your money, you gotta do what you
You
gotta
gotta
do.
do what you gotta
I'm
do.
proud of you. I'm proud of you. If somebody gets cucked in the end, I mean, hey, I guess you need to watch. You need to look both ways before you cross the street.
Well, I
Well,
think
speaking,
I actually gave someone a discount on one of the Ferris wheel chairs I had, and he was like talking to me. Oh, well, I'm just coming back. I'm new, and I really want this chair. And then I was like, all right, well, you know what? I'll give you a deal. I'll take off a couple hundred. And he was like, well, I only got this much. I was like, okay, I'll take it. And then I see it in the free market. Not only an hour later, him selling it for like 3 times the price he paid. Like, what?
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of people getting ripped off and whatnot, SIG today, that was pretty harsh, but I was just like, wow, people still do that.
It was still funny though when we were streaming last night, where the guy came in and KS the map, and I'm like, "CC,
Yeah.
please." He's like, "No."
Like, no.
I'm like, "Okay," and then Ken just goes and says, "I'm gonna take this upon myself to KS him," and just followed him around until he just logged off. He just couldn't handle it anymore. Thanks, Ken.
Nope.
I'll be honest with you, man. Getting getting ripped off in Maple Story. I'm talking about like, man. Speaking on that, so and this is kind of running into a couple of subjects here.
Hmm.
So let's say you wanted to make an earnest living here. You wanted to make a living. It seems like to me, if you was to go pretty hard in the paint with Maple Story, you could probably make an honest living off Maple Story. You work say about 8 hours a day.
Yep.
You put in enough time into it, you could. Well, I guess it really would depend on, um, well, I don't know. I guess if you made like 6, 7 accounts and you was going through each account, uh, and was selling top-notch gear and without really spending any money in the game.
Hey, Jason, there's an elite boss, by the way.
You're
wanted to
still
notify you.
playing?
Yeah, dude.
I gotta run the stream, bro. I can't do anything about that.
Okay. I'll try to keep you alive then. I'm multitasking.
Wait, I'm
man.
on the same
I can
map as
talk
you?
about stuff. Yeah.
Still logged in? Oh no.
Yeah.
Did you ever get your portal? Oh, these portals
Yes, I
though.
did.
The portals. The portals are terrible. Like, has anyone else experienced the problem with the portals where you can't spawn them at a lower level unless you're like
even
really funded or something?
even with the Inferno quest done too.
Yeah, like you still have to, you have to kill like 1,000 mobs or something, and then I go on my battle mage and it's like 100 mobs later I get 3 portals. It doesn't make any sense. The mechanics on that, and there's no one with a direct answer to that either. I don't understand why.
File for a ticket from Nexon.
But you can't buy an Inferno Wolf ticket. You can only buy the Polo and Frito tickets.
Yeah, they should have added that too. Is there smoke on my screen because I'm having a cigarette?
The Mass
Nice.
Defame Wars.
I love those. Those were hilarious. Speaking of like mass defame, did anybody remember the Smega Wars that people would waste like
like,
hundreds of dollars?
Tons of money with
smack-talking
Smega
each
Wars.
other?
Yeah.
I'm like, with all that money you wasted smack talking, buddy, you could have did for free. Oh no.
You could have done for free.
Yeah, you could have done for free, giving me the money. I could have like primed or something. You know?
Well, back then I don't think the primes were even a thing. I didn't see primes till I came back about a year ago.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what they were. I had to keep asking. Like, I still don't understand. Why do you want a prime? What is this? Like, how does it work? You gotta spend a lot of money. What do you mean I gotta spend money? I just gotta put this prime on. No, it blows up your item, and the scroll is expensive. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, you do what you got to do. I still say that. If you want to go that, if you're gonna go hard in the paint like LeBron, but end up leaving out like LeBron, like Kobe, yeah, that's just how it happens. Tell you,
Yeah, like Kobe did.
yeah, Kobe left. Remember he retired. That's how hard in the paint he went until he just got until that last mess up he had.
That's true.
Boing. Oh
Next
boy.
topic at hand.
Yep. Are you guys doing anything for the the next months after fifth job? Like, is there a plan for another main or?
Oh yeah.
Probably not. I think once I get settled enough, I think I'm just gonna just be doing whatever.
Gonna be doing whatever, so you're just gonna be at the Cannoneer Hayato and be done.
Cannoneer, the Hayato, get the Buccaneer finished. I mean, the Buccaneer's gonna be taking the longest. That's one. That's the one that I'm kind
Wait,
of
isn't the
most.
Buccaneer um Corsair?
No, that's a Buccaneer.
Isn't that the Cannoneer then? The Buccaneer?
No, the Cannoneer is a Cannoneer. The Buccaneer is a Buccaneer. What?
Didn't you make your buck and grazed?
Yeah, I made my buck. No, I brought my buck from Bear actually. That a
He
Shane and I.
has a Buccaneer in Grazed though.
Huh?
Don't you have a Buccaneer in Grazed?
I have a Cannoneer. I main a Cannoneer in Grace. Or
No, you made a
yes,
Cannoneer
Bear.
in Barra, and you have a Buccaneer in Grazed.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I was getting at.
Oh,
As
man.
for myself, I'm probably gonna work on link skills and everything. I mean, I play Luna too, so I'll always have stuff to do after fifth job.
I mean, there's always the other worlds too, and I know
Yep.
reboot's a thing for people still. I don't know how long that's gonna last, because as soon as you hit the top, you can't go any farther with reboot. Like, there's no scrolling. You can't trade with someone.
I mean, you still gotta do what you gotta do. But if you're gonna go to any other service, I mean, you're gonna have to realize what you're gonna be getting into in the first place. And I mean, I think um, a lot of people who get into the service and then they're sitting there like, oh man, I can't trade. And it's like, well, I mean, you kind of signed up for that when you decided to create a character. I mean, it was pretty written on the wall what was about to happen next.
No trading in reboot, but I want to trade. No.
I mean, I really don't understand that. Then you see forum posts and Twitter posts on this is horrible. We should be able to trade, and it's like, are you kidding, fam?
This is horrible. We should be able to
Okay.
trade.
Here's what Reboot is. It's a legalized private server. The reason why they added trade block, you get 5 times the EXP, you get more mesos, you get this, you get to use mesos, like buy stuff with mesos like cubes and whatnot. So they pretty much had to put limitations on it, or it was just the way it was, I guess. Like, I don't know what else to say. They had to put limitations on it. It would just be like the regular servers, and there'd be no point for Reboot if they didn't have their limitations.
Yeah.
Man.
Which fifth job are you guys more excited about than any other one?
Super Sam.
Yeah.
Obviously, Rashad picks the super stage.
Well, I think Rashad's on the right on board there, but I mean, do you think it's gonna change after they release fifth job? Like maybe you experience it like, wait, this isn't what I thought it was.
I mean, whatever it's going to be, I'll still support the Buccaneer because I like the class altogether, regardless of how it comes out. I mean, that's just like how misusing is on Barra with the factor with his Wild Hunter. Even though they got that nerf, he still played his Wild Hunter.
You know, interesting fact though, Wild Hunters used to be really weak. They didn't used to be where they're at now. Like it was back then. He was used for a boosting of a map like Kishin, and then after that, it was like they were nerfed to no damage at all. And then Resistance patch came out, and then a blast of power, and then here we are. You know,
And Onyx Jaguars. Can't forget about those.
Onyx Jaguars was
Main
quite nice.
reason why I made one. But
Yep.
overall, for myself, I don't know. I always like Bishops looks pretty good. But I'm gonna have to go with the Bowmaster. It's my main. I enjoy it, and I honestly can't wait to see what fifth job brings me.
So you like the
I
Aura
like-
Storm over that Aura?
Like, don't get me wrong, but there's no way logical hell I'm going to be able to get 30k in for the +3 attack speed increase that I want really bad. Like, bishops are OP, but that skill requires you to drop a lot of money.
I would like to see the speed cap being broken. Like,
Yes.
let me break the speed cap as a battle mage. That's what I want to see. I want to go -5 speed.
I wonder if Elliston, he's
I
a
think-
bishop. I wonder if he's 30k.
I believe he does because he can solo CRA. So
Yeah, maybe we can get him in sometime and see if you can break the speed cap and get disconnected at every boss because you're attacking too damn fast.
Oh man,
4 attacks per minute. No, I'm gonna do 24 attacks a minute. Watch this. Done.
I'm gonna go without saying that battle mage is what the 5th job I'm excited about.
I can see right now, once you guys get that speed boost, I will say this about your battle mage. Let's say I can see you doing a lot more crashing because the game won't be able to keep up with you anymore. You just go too fast, and then all of a sudden,
Going too fast to break the speed of light.
Insert Sanic music here.
and then oh god, Sanic, the dankest memes.
Just insert that and have Jason attacking. Green potion, yellow aura.
Yellow aura is 3 speed steps. Green potion's
And
1
then-
speed step. And
That's
then
4. Plus the extra 3 will be 7.
and then staff booster's another 1.
Yep.
So I'm already
So
at
that's
5.
8. That's 8.
I'm
if
already at
you
5, and then
include,
I have a DSI glove. It's another speed step.
6, 9. You'll have 9 with the bishop's skill. That's pretty insane.
But my weapon's only an 8. So I'd be at -1.
I hate Maple Story and their mathematics so much. It gets so confusing at times. Like, how much damage? Calculate this by
I know,
this
right,
equals
Frost?
to this,
I get
equals
all
to
my
that.
auras too. Like, it's not just my I get a Reaper attack. Is I get all auras turned on, which was an old mechanic that battle mages used to have. I do miss the Twister though, and I miss the little Reapers. Because a Twister skill, you could spin up and be a Twister, and then move around the map as a Twister. It was so cool. It sucked in enemies, and it did tons of area damage.
I just like the Reapers because I had like 13 of them in RNJ, and I just
It was a
hold one side
lot
of the map
easier
myself.
to actually control a map with the Reapers because they would just spawn from the death of a mob. So it was kind of like how the I think it's the Fire Poison right now has it, where like if the mob dies, they have a fire spirit or whatever, or bomb poison spirit.
Speaking of fire poison mages, their dot punisher looked intense on that stream.
Yeah, that really lazy name. I don't know. They could have probably come up with something a little more clever. DOT Punisher. I don't know.
I could have called it Fireballs of Fury or something, you know?
For sure.
Mass spam attack.
Oh man. Oh, you know what? If this class, if the Grill Master had ever came out,
Chad would bring it up.
oh my
What's his
god,
Grill Master?
the Grill Master. If that ever became a class, I would have sold all my gear, everything, just to put up one Grill Master. I would main a Grill Master in everything.
Hey, look,
See
there's that Grill
Rashad coming
Master. He's
around,
throwing
got a
that
big
sausage.
cheeseburger medal.
Huh?
He's
See
burning your
Rashad
face.
coming around.
Seeing him throwing sausage links like Mr. Game and Watch.
Yep. And then
What
you
if-
just see Rashad pop out of nowhere. What's going on, Rashad? Do you see my 4th job cheeseburger medal? I am the cheeseburger master.
I'm not kidding, man. I wonder what his 5th job would have been. That would have been interesting. 5th job,
It's like-
Grill Master.
It's like a bunch of like livestock or something that gets turned into food in a giant pot and it just explodes everywhere.
Oh, so you're talking
Mass
about
like map lag.
isn't that like Kirby's Super or something on Smash
Yeah.
Bros. Where you just
Yeah.
throw everyone in the pot and it blows up?
Yep. Sort of like that.
Basically, I would look at it as a bind.
Oh yeah, Julie brought up a thing. If you got the 1+1 attack speed in her ability too.
I mean, that plus -2, -2 attack speed.
And then we try to party with Jason, and we all just DC constantly. Jason, what is this?
I don't know.
Can't-
Maple just keeps disconnecting me for some reason. I don't know what
It's
it
too
is.
much. It's too much. Sounds like the Eric 5th class job. Nice.
Well, I would actually like to see a thief job from Resistance, like straight up thief.
Yeah, not thief, pirate. I'd like to see that, and I'd also like to see more hybrid jobs.
More hybrid would mean that Xenon wouldn't be exclusively the only one that you can get huge damage boost just from stats.
Not like that, because he utilizes 3 stats, but something that was like strengthening or something like that. I don't know.
That's actually a pretty unique dynamic, a strength and int class, because then it would have to be
Yeah.
both magic and damage.
Yeah, it's sort of like what, take a Dawn Warrior and a Battle Mage and put them together, but you can utilize like one of each weapon type. You can have like Staff or Wand, or you can have like blades.
I'd like the
It'd just be
introduction of a scythe weapon.
Oh yes, Battle Mage's new weapon, Scythe, confirmed.
Well, I would like it, but I'd also like an undead kind of class too, where it can have like a summon and
Necromancer.
and it has necromancy features. I think that would be kind of neat.
Where you
Oh,
just
what-
take mobs that you kill and they just get resummoned, so you have a bunch of undead mobs falling around, and then they explode after a certain amount of time,
Yeah,
doing
just
more
like
damage.
from Diablo.
Diablo 2.
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't mind that type of class. I'd probably play it. Well, for them to make it, but yeah, I'd play that.
Rod, you're
Oh,
gonna say
man.
something?
A Magical Knight. Oh yeah, sort of like that, Frostiante. Magical Knight, sort of like Red Mage from Final Fantasy 1. You can utilize magic and use blades. Gandalf. We need a Gandalf class.
Oh, man. Sorry,
Just a
guys.
class and it has a beard.
I'll tell you, if I ever had to, I don't know. When it comes to classes, I'm not sure. Oh, speaking of classes, y'all did in Bear? Was y'all there when I got married?
I
No.
don't think
I only
was, but I
attended
heard a lot
Chuck's
about
wedding
it.
when he hit 250. That's the only thing I ever did.
I got married to Raider.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, I was
and
actually
Matt
there for
spoke-
Matt's party too. Okay,
Huh?
so I was at both 250s. Oh,
Matt sat there, and I remember he spoke at our wedding. It was so nice how he gave a few words of encouragement to us. It was a pretty big wedding. I was happy. I got to be the bride.
So actually, a bride, not a bridesmaid.
No, I was a bride. Yeah, I
Was
getting married.
Rashad all pretty?
Yeah, I
He's so
was.
fantastic.
Oh man, it was nice. And what was his name? What was his name? Bought the whole thing for me. Raider bought our whole entire wedding. He did everything for me, and
So he
It
was the
was,
sugar daddy.
yeah, he was. He was taking care of me and everything.
Oh, you want
Yeah.
that dress? You got it, honey. Don't worry about it. It's all. You changed your mind? That's okay. We'll get a different cake.
You want them pearls? It's yours.
It was funny. I was so happy that I got when we got our rings. Man, what I tell me, Rashad catfish some poor little kid. Raider 200X. Nah, he knew what I looked like. Raider has seen me plenty of times when I streamed. Raider knew what I was doing, and then he knew what I would as. He already knew what I looked like, so it wasn't like it was any secret what he was getting into, and I didn't hear him complain either. So I was
Fortunate.
happy.
I got married too on Maple Story.
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Wait a minute, to who? Oh, wait a minute. Did you?
Yeah, I got married to a girl named Reincarnate. That wasn't her real name. I forget her real name, to be honest with you. But I actually talked with her, and that was until I got an angry text from her dad saying, "Don't contact my daughter ever again." I never saw her again. I don't know what happened to her. She just stopped existing. But she's logged in sometime because her name wasn't deleted during the name change. So I guess she played at some point between that. I'm not sure.
Okay, so when it comes to women,
Oh, we're getting into this topic. Are we?
let me explain. Okay, to be honest with you guys, finding relationships, I think, it's not always easy. It does take a little work and practice and everything else. Um, but you got girls like Jen, um, where I don't know where that's ever gonna go. Like Jen looks like one of those girls that would just piss you off half the time. You'd be sitting there eating food or something, and she would um, put something in your damn food or something and jump out at you or some shit like that. And then you got the
Wait,
girls like
jump.
my
Wait, what? Someone's gonna
yeah,
put food in your food. It's gonna jump out at you.
yeah, she gonna put something in your food. It's gonna jump out at you.
A spider.
Someone is gonna spite you, is apparently for some reason.
Because it's Jen. No, I'm kidding.
Oh man. But I think one of the things about relationships, me, and it was kind of funny. It was me, Bull, or me, Jason, and Robbie were here. Um, and we was talking about long distance relationships versus that of a regular relationship, which I personally believe either one works.
I don't think long distance relationships work at all.
Okay, see, and that's what I'm saying. I believe they work. I just think that it depends on how the two people do go about doing it. And the reason being is I think that if you're in a long distance relationship, of course you're not going to be next to that person, so you can't just go into it like how it is. If you spend every day waking up trying to be with this person and not live none of your normal life, all you're going to do is just sit there and you're going to make yourself miserable half the time. I don't believe that. I believe that you should keep doing what you got to do. There's nothing wrong with talking to her because that's what you would have done if you was with her. You should not stop living your life to jump on the computer or jump on your phone every 10 seconds.
That was a
That's
problem I had though, is that she would always text me, and I couldn't. I don't have time. I'm working. I can't just text you right back right away. And then I get 3 texts later. Are you ignoring me? No, I'm working. But apparently
see.
that's not normal.
And how far do I consider a long distance relationship? It is can be as long as it needs to be. If she lives in Australia and you live in California, um,
That's pretty far.
yeah, that's pretty far. But I mean, if you guys are willing to make it work, you do what you got to do. But I mean,
See,
when I was
there's that whole scope of you have to trust someone that you've never met.
at, yeah, but you're gonna be
How is
trusted,
that? No,
huh?
how is that even realistic?
Well, because to me, if you was to meet him in the real world, I mean, if you're talking to this girl, you're obviously trusting her enough to talk to her, and you never met her either.
Yeah, but at least I can see her and I can, surprise her to, surprise her in a nice way and not feel like I'm gonna have a problem where there's another guy in the room.
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, that's how you go about it. Because, see, that's the thing. That's why I say don't stop living your own life. Now, if she says, um, if she sit there and says, well, I found somebody else here, I mean, okay, well, you go on about your day then. You don't let it get you down and you keep going. But that's the hard part people don't get it, is that I think that long distances can go far. It just depends on who. Rob, sit your ass back down.
I've been sitting down for a minute. I had to go stretch my legs because my knees hurt.
Oh, man.
Because I'm old as fuck.
I don't know.
I,
I am a stickler to believe that they don't work. You may think they
uh,
work, you may think you're just working through it, but it's not really a relationship in my eyes because there's no point one on one with each other. I mean, maybe with the age of all these video chatting and stuff, but you still don't see their life beyond that. Being able
right.
to go out with them, being able to visit their family, going and doing some activity, that's more of a relationship than just talking online. I see.
I mean, yeah, but at some point you're going to make the effort. So um, let's say, okay, let's go back to it again. Let's say the person lives and you live in one state and she lives in the state right next to you. So you're about 4 hours away. I don't see nothing even wrong with that, but just because of the fact you can, if you're going to make that time out to say, well, I'm going to be with this person, you might as well try to make up some time to come see each other. And that's no different if she's in California and you're in Australia or whatever, or vice versa. If you guys make plans, stick to those plans, it makes it easier to get things going.
I've done a
Um,
long distance relationship where I had to do that, and it was not easier. In fact, I almost was like sleep deprived from trying to travel so much, trying to get there and back, visit so often, and she just ended up cheating on me because I couldn't always be out there.
Yeah,
And
like that's always a problem. It's mostly the concept of trust, um, and transparency. Like I agree with Rashad. They can work if the two people, being individuals, really want to make it work. But then on the other hand, I can agree with Jason. There's a higher chance because you can't physically see each other that feelings might sway or things might change or they might just develop feelings for other people.
yeah,
But my
I mean,
take on it is if you want it to work and you really care about this person and this other person like really cares about you and you guys have that trust and that commitment and you agree to have the transparency and whatnot. And also equilibrium is another one. What I mean by equilibrium is like, oh, I'll visit you, you visit me, so on, like putting in the effort pretty much together. You can't drive two cars on a one-way street. You're just going to crash into each other. You got to have flow in both directions.
okay,
I've been through long distance relationships where I've been burned. I've had long distance relationships where I've burned people, and it's just not something, whatever happens in life, like especially with the whole relationship aspect of like long distance versus within distance, I guess. But yeah, I can agree on both sides. I've had them. I may or may not be in one right now. So more or less, it's on one side it could work, on the other side it couldn't work. It's
I don't
just
think
both
it's
of you are gonna
gonna.
have to try.
I don't think it'll work in a long term idea.
Yeah,
Maybe in
like
a
now that's the
short
thing
term it
too.
could work.
Now, if you go 6, 7 years trying to still see this person, yeah, after some point, it's just not going to be a thing anymore.
Because there's got to
Now,
be some physical one-on-one point where you.
yeah,
interaction.
you now um, at some point, you guys got to do something. If you guys don't do just anything,
Yeah,
I mean, but like, okay, yeah, I can now on that point, Jason, I can understand that. Long term, after a while, that's not going to work. I just don't see that working. But short term, or not even short term, but if you say you guys have been dating for like
well,
3 months,
let's say we were. It was a relationship that was short distance, and then it turned to long distance for X amount of time. It's gonna cause a problem
yeah, it is. It will. It will cause a problem.
because the
Like,
change changes the relationship.
Yeah, and that's why I brought up the points about transparency and whatnot.
It can be the same vice versa, though. You may think that you're great together in as long distance, and then when you finally actually see each other, it's like we actually don't click at
Get
all.
along. Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing too, is whether or not you will work. I mean, but at least you can sit there and say, hey, at least I gave it all I had.
Yep.
I mean, because
That
after,
that was the hardest part for me was with long distance relationships after especially after I got burned, and I've gotten burned quite a few times in different levels of severity. For the longest time, I just like isolated myself. I was a hermit. I kept blaming myself because of it, but eventually I had to pick myself up and move along and be like, no, it wasn't just me. I put in everything I possibly could, and she didn't return the same thing to me. So I know what? I'm just done blaming myself. I'm done doing all that. I'm gonna pick myself up and move on.
I'll be
And
honest.
I get you.
Oh man, Rob, I'll be honest with you. If when it long distance relationship, I was in one for over about 3 or 4 years, um,
yeah,
and it worked well for me. I didn't have any issues. Like I said, I still did my thing. I still went out with my friends. And never, and we was on a good understanding of each other. She did her life, I did my life. called. We had, a few conversations over Skype, whatever. But we did not stop treating each other. And this person I still know today. And now it's been 4 years. Now it's almost been almost 6 to 8 years of just knowing each other, still talking and everything. Why I haven't made the moves with her yet is because one, I'm still getting, I was going through the divorce with my wife, and I still had to take care of that stuff, and I didn't want to bring on board another situation like that. Now, here's the thing too. Now, a long distance relationship, if I wanted to go see somebody now in Australia, I could. I don't think I'm gonna date anybody in Australia, but I just
Is
don't see
this why
myself.
you wanted to take that trip to Australia?
I mean, even if I still want. Shut up.
I asked you where you want to travel for retirement. You're like, I could go to
It's all
Australia.
about Japan.
Now I know the hind behind it.
No, Rashad's got to go to Japan first, yo. Bring back one of those giant fighting mechs that we talked about.
I told you
Not
I'm
that much.
gonna bring it, and then that TSA was gonna be getting there.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna sit there, beat my ass. What the fuck's this? Get this shit out. I'm telling you, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. Relationships, the whole thing with them has changed over the years, though. You know, um, I feel, but where it gets worse, though, is that okay? To any females out there tonight, I will say this now. I am not trying to bring you down. I'm not trying to say you guys are horrible or nothing, but I do feel that the female community a little bit overrated to where they feel like, oh my God, guys are just so horrible. They treat you like shit and everything else. And it's like, well, what about the guy? You know, there's guys out there getting it just as bad. And you don't see them on Oprah crying their heart out. Oh man, she broke my heart. It was so fucked up, dude.
That's where you
And
need Dr. Phil.
yeah, and I mean, I would hate that. I hate that because like another person I can't stand either when it comes to relationships is that dude from that show Catfish. I hate that show so much. Well, I don't
Catfish?
hate the show. Catfish. It's where the guy sat there trying to he
I know what
huh?
catfishing is. I'm not new to this term.
Oh, okay. Well, because there's a guy who made the show about it. Um, and what got me about the whole show, and that really pissed me off, was that you're supposed to be showing people, that if you're going to do online dating, that you need to be careful. But here's what I didn't understand: there was a girl. She was with a guy talking to another guy, and Catfish was like, "Well, why don't you stay with him then and keep going on?" Well, I just want to make sure my feelings are true with him, so I'm going to talk to this other guy. And I sat there and said, y'all play that on national television or broadcasted that to let it known that it's okay for you to search your feelings with another guy when you're with somebody.
Yeah, I know
I was like, okay,
that's pretty bogus.
that's pretty stupid. So then the girl goes, catfish, these two guys take this girl to go meet this guy that she has never seen before. It's never had anything to do with until that day. They went over there, they talked to her, and the guy's there, and they had a great time. And then what got me was that she got a tattoo on her back and got a matching tattoo with the other guy. I'm thinking, so you telling me you got matching tattoos with a guy you've been speaking with while you're still sleeping with another dude?
Yep.
Oh hell no! And I said I'll never respect somebody that puts that on TV and thinks that's okay.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. All right, well, that's all the time we got for today, guys. Is there anything closing you want to say?
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I hope everyone had fun. Remember, cheeseburgers are life. Cheeseburger is love. I said that. It's all ogre now.
Thank you guys for coming out. Do appreciate it. We'll see you when we start back up again. I think we guys said like in a week and a half or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So we'll see you guys later. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.